Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Crochet and Coffee here. And today we're doing a whip and chat. So get out whatever it is you're working on and you can work along with me. Now I am working on Owl by Craftably. This is a special rhinestone kit I got from them. It's going to be a little gift for Maggie. So I figured I would work on it since I just finished Kimono. Have you seen it? If you haven't, it'll be on my Instagram by the time this video goes up. The winner for that contest will be chosen the day you see this, so good luck to everyone. I also want to do a big shout out to One Virtuous Woman. Now, One Virtuous Woman is a young lady I met in live chat a couple of weeks ago. She stopped by and I was like, oh, I gotta check out this person's channel because, you know, every once in a while after a live, if I get a new person or somebody mentions, you know, hey, I did this video, I will go check it out after I'm done with live. So when she came in, I didn't know who she was. I never seen or heard of her before. And of course, JJ Space had heard of her. And she was just like, oh my God, I fangirl over her so hard. And I was just like, well, let me go check her out. You guys, she does the yarn things. All the yarn things. And I was just like, I have found heaven. I have found heaven on this channel. Now, you guys know I do crochet. I don't crochet much on the channel because there's only so much I can show you until I get an idea, which I was supposed to do a Santa hat, and I do apologize that I didn't get to the Santa hat. It has been extremely busy and crazy. I promise I will have a tutorial up for that, you know, next year in time for Christmas. But this year, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out just because of the length of time it takes to make those videos. I know I won't have the time to make the video, edit the video, and get it out in a timely fashion for Christmas or for, you know, whatever that was supposed to be for. So I do apologize about that. But yeah, the lady wanted to try out diamond painting, but she was really intimidated by it. And I try to tell her, you know, don't be intimidated by it, you know, whatever. So if you yourself love crafting of the yarn persuasion, you should go check her out here on YouTube. Her name is One Virtuous Woman. Of course, I will link her in the description box of this video. But she finally tried out diamond painting. Now, I was a little late starting my recording today because I had to go check out the video because, yes. She also does live crochet alongs on Saturday nights. And I've been joining her there. And she is, right now they're working on the Yarn Inspirations Love corner to corner blanket. And then we're going to try some amigurumi after that. She's going to do an amigurumi crochet along, and I told her I'll join her on that one. I can't do the blanket, but I'll join her on the amigurumi, which, if you don't know what amigurumi is, it's a crochet term for stuffed animal. So it's just, you know, crocheting a stuffed animal. Now, normally amigurumi is not my jam. I suck so bad at amigurumi. Like, trying to crochet a stuffed animal is as frustrating for me as it is a Parkinson's patient trying to eat peas with a fork, okay? It is horrendous. I don't know why. I'm a lazy crafter, and I'm aware of this, and I've come to terms with this. I'm a lazy crafter, so I don't like the fact that I have to crochet something, put all that work into it, and then go back in and sew all the pieces together. Yeah, I'm not a seamstress, okay? Let me just put that out there right now. You want a seamstress? Go to Mr. Coffee. I am not a seamstress. I am not the best at sewing, which is weird because I can cross stitch. I don't know. Either way, for those folks wondering, yes, I'm still using the pen with the patty wax. It is day, I don't know, 5. I haven't changed it. I haven't filled it, which is why you see me stabbing a little bit harder at the drills because it's day 5. And I haven't had to change it or anything or fill it. If you hear that noise outside, which I'm not sure if you can hear it or not, but if you do hear a noise outside, that is the guy scraping the street. Oh my gosh. The street. We haven't gotten any more snow, but they're picking up as much of the snow as possible. Because here in North Dakota, they don't have snow plows. they literally, it's like the machine that they use is something like a snow plow, but instead of a snow plow, it has a blade on it, and the blade scrapes the ice off the roads. Now, most people would be like, oh, doesn't it mess up the road? Not at all. It actually makes the road nice and smooth, picks up all that ice that people are, treacherous and sliding all over. So by the time I go pick up the kids this afternoon, which if you don't remember, I pre-record my whipping chats on the day before, so today is Monday. But it picks up all the ice off the road, so when I go pick up the kids this afternoon, I won't have to worry about slowing down halfway down the street just to stop at the stop sign. I can actually just stop at the stop sign, so I'm pretty excited. So yeah, so One Virtuous Woman, congratulations on your first finish. She did a little Diamond Dots kit for her daughter Buttercup, and her daughter Buttercup is so cute. Oh my god. So she finished that diamond painting, and now she's like, now I gotta go find more. And I'm like, and the addiction has started, because we all know the moment you seem interested in diamond painting, that's when the addiction starts. And then you finish that first little one, that tester one, that one that's like, do I have the patience for this? And then you move on to go find another one and another one. And then you turn into DJ Khalid and another one and another one. So yeah, so congratulations to One Virtuous Woman. You did a great job. It looks amazing. I can't wait to see what else you do. Again, if you have not checked her out, go check her out. She also does do crocheting and a couple of other crafts. She also makes tumblers, which I need to get with her to make me a tumbler, because I would like another tumbler. And I want to see how she does her thing, So, plus I like trying to support all the peoples if I can. So, it's always nice. Anyways, as you guys already know, if you were in my live on Friday or watched the replay, which thank you folks who watched the replay, because that's always nice to go back and see that people, even though they couldn't make it, they like to watch the replay. Like I know my UK folks, they can't make it. That's super late for them. But a lot of them will watch the replay. So thank y'all. Y'all the real MVPs for real. And so Friday, I had made mention that there's going to be some channel changes. And so far, you probably already seen a couple. Like there was no Mindful Monday. Mindful Monday is probably one of my least watched videos. Now, I love making Mindful Monday. Don't get me wrong. But I also love giving you guys videos that you want to see. So I went through, for once, you guys, you'd be proud. I went through my analytics and I looked at the top videos for my channel. My top videos are my whipping chats and my unboxings. Now, does that mean you're only going to get whipping chats and unboxings? No. But I'm going to minimalize the videos that don't get a lot of views, and of course do more of what you guys want to see. So I went ahead and decided, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I will not be posting 7 days a week anymore. This weekend you got a video for Wizardy on Sunday. The reason you got that video is because I literally have so many unboxings. I probably have unboxings for at least the next 2 weeks. So I need to push and get them out so you guys can see them, because I don't want you guys seeing me work on a project that I haven't unboxed yet. So I need to work to get those out so that I can essentially, start working on these projects. Plus, if you haven't seen it already, which I posted it in my group, if you go over to Die Moonshop's YouTube channel, Unboxing 224, you'll see that Miss Coffee has another order coming, which that order will be here Wednesday this week, which is awesome. Probably won't get unboxed right away, because that's going to be another thing that's going to change. I won't be unboxing items unless they're sneak peeks of some sort. I won't be unboxing items right away. They will sit for maybe a day or even the following week, just because I don't want to bombard you guys with videos. Because the other thing I noticed is in the couple of weeks that I had put up more than one video a day, the videos rarely got a whole lot of views. And I'm like, okay, I'm overwhelming them with videos. There's too many. The pamphlet didn't say there'd be this many videos. So I'm going to pull back on the videos. So I'm going to go back to 5 days a week, unless there's something special that I would like to show you guys. And then I will show that to you guys on the weekend, because that gives me an extra day to juggle around with if I need to show you guys something. Also, instead of there being 2 whipping chats a week, we're going back to 1. I know. So many people would watch the Thursday whipping chat more than the Tuesday. And the Tuesday whipping chat was the one that I always had adult coloring on. And the adult coloring videos don't get that many views as well. So I decided I probably won't do a whole lot of adult coloring on the channel anymore. Not that I won't do it at all. You just won't see it as much as you were. Flip throughs and stuff like that, I can go without doing those, and I can show you a flip through quick whenever I work on the item. But essentially, you guys won't see a whole lot of flip throughs or adult coloring on the channel unless like I get like a box from Arteza, or I get sent something from Alina Lazareva, just because it seems like my biggest videos are unboxings and such. So I'm just gonna essentially, just based off the analytics, I know what I need to do. I've been working and thinking about it for the last week or two of how I'm gonna do things. I've been incredibly busy with the channel lately with just getting things organized and figured out, and how do I want to approach it in the next year to make the channel bigger and better, spread the word of my channel. Now, I haven't done any cross stitch videos yet, mostly because I was finding my footing for it. And now that I got my footing back, you guys will probably get, like, instead of getting 2 1-hour whipping chats, you might get a shorter whipping chat with my cross stitch, because I do want to do Stitch With Me's. But before I do all that, I would like to do tutorials. Because if you guys who cross stitch or have always wanted, because I did notice there was a lot of people that were like, you know, I've always wanted to cross stitch, I don't know how. And there are tutorials on YouTube. I mean, it's YouTube, okay? There are all tutorials on YouTube, but I figured, why not make one of my own? That way I have one for my channel in case somebody wants to follow along, or, you know, maybe one day I might do a Stitch With Me. I don't know. These things happen. I'm random. So I am tweaking the channel a little bit, making it better for you guys. So I hope you appreciate and like the changes to the channel. Again, the biggest change so far is there's no Mindful Monday. And I know there was a couple of people that really looked forward to it, but that's an extra day for me to do something else on the channel. And where I did love doing Mindful Monday and everything, and I know people are going to be like, you know, you do what you want to do, where that is, you know, great to do what you want to do. I also want to do what you guys want to see. So I want to make sure that the channel is enjoyable for both of us. Plus, on Whip It Wednesday, if I really want to, you know, I can do something with, like, you guys will see, like, the coloring and stuff that I've done throughout the week and stuff like that, because I'm not going to stop coloring. I just won't show it that much on the channel anymore. Because I want to make sure that I'm providing you guys with what... I want to make sure you guys are getting the best of what I can give you. So the unboxings and stuff that are coming are unboxings I've had for a while. Now, I warn you, there's a Royal Diamond Painting unboxing coming. I threw a fit. Fit. I don't care. Judge me all you want. I am so sick and tired of bubbles and rivets in my canvas. I am sick of it. Now, normally, I don't buy canvases that have double-sided adhesive. I've been trying to stay away from them. So if you've noticed that Miss Coffee hasn't done a lot of AliExpress unboxings and this, and that, I don't like poured glue. I know this about myself, and if that makes me a diamond painting snob, then I'm a diamond painting snob, because I don't like double-sided adhesive. And if people are willing to judge me based on my likes and dislikes, then that's fine. I'm okay with it. I've come to terms with it. I'm on YouTube. People are going to judge me. Whatever. But I had to get this image. I really liked the image. And I talked to Haley over at Royal Diamond Paintings, and they are actually in the works of weeding out the images on their site that are not licensed. They do have a lot of stock photos and stuff like that on their site, which is what the toilet paper one is that you guys are going to see me unbox here probably later this week. But also I'll tell you about all the noise you're hearing in a few minutes. But I'm sitting there and I open up the canvas and it's just full of bubbles. I pitch a fit and I mentioned that they do have stolen images on their site, and they do. She is aware of this, and she is working towards essentially getting them off her site and adding nothing but the photo stock images or the licensed images. So I would look to see whenever, if you do buy from them, just keep your eye out whether or not it's, photo stock or a stock photo, or if it's a licensed image to someone else. But she said she is working on it. She does know. So yeah, so there's going to be a couple of unboxings, and then going into the new year, the channel should have settled by then, I would like to think. But next week, pretty much all the videos for next week are already recorded, just because the kids are going to be home from school. And the Whip and Chat will actually be coming on Christmas. Now, I'm part of the Christmas program that is headed up by Pippa Brown, where she had a bunch of us creators record Whip and Chats for everyone for Christmas, for those folks that, are alone and want some company. You can come, and I'm guessing she's creating a playlist of creators that will be participating, and she will have it where she pretty much had us give her a link to our Whip and Chat, and she's going to link them all together so that you guys can have company all day long. And my Whip and Chat, I think, goes up at 1 a.m. on Christmas Day, and that's 1 a.m. CST time, which is my time, which is Central Standard Time, which would be 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, if you're not awake at that time, obviously the video isn't going anywhere, so you can always go back and watch the replay if you would like. It will be up in premiere form. Will I be in the premiere? No. At that point in time, I'll be asleep because we'll be waking up early for Christmas morning. So I will not be in my premiere because it's so late at night. But I look forward to essentially listening to it back. And I felt a little weird about it just because of the fact that I had to do a tag. Okay. Now, if you've been on my channel for any length of time, you know that Miss Coffee don't do tags. I don't do tags. And it's not that I have anything against people who do tags, or I don't like tags. I always just have something to say, so I never do tags. For once, Miss Coffee was speechless. Why was I speechless? One, growing up in my family, we were poor. So we didn't have family traditions. We didn't go, do all this stuff. Like, we did have Christmas, but there was no family traditions. I lived in a military family where we moved around constantly. We were around no friends, no family. It was just me and my siblings. And essentially listening to an hour's worth of me saying we opened up gifts, we would go to bed, blah, blah, blah. I tried recording that video 3 times. It was boring as all get out. And I was like, there's no way in hell I'm doing this. Then I decided, you know what? I'm going to just find a Christmas tag and answer that. Because even for when the kids were little, when my kids were little, we had Christmas for the first time for our kids about 5 years ago. My kids, at first, we didn't celebrate Christmas because we didn't have the money to. We were poor. So it just brought back a lot of bad memories of not being able to provide, Christmas for my kids. And no, the holiday season is not about gifts and giving and stuff like that. It's about being with your family. And at that time, I was estranged from my parents. We hadn't talked in 7 years. And I couldn't afford Christmas for my kids. So I didn't want my video to be like one of those, oh, well, Christmas isn't going to be fun for me this year. Oh, well, let me tell you about my sad, depressing. No, I wanted something that was going to be like uplifting or happy, like my normal videos, because I don't like doing Debbie Downer videos. That's what I call them, Debbie Downer videos, where you get on there and you're more depressed after watching it than you were whenever you were before you started watching it. So I don't want to put up a Debbie Downer video. So I went for a tag. And I actually had a lot of fun answering that tag and coloring that coloring page. So I hope you guys enjoy that video. Also, it is time to say farewell. It is time to say farewell to the upstairs neighbors. You heard right. Those mofos are moving out. Thank the Lord Jesus. Amen. So this past Friday, I noticed that their gigantic, souped up, kind of souped up on a budget. It looks like their car had been painted with Sharpie markers. SUV had a trailer attached to it. Now, I don't know what kind of work her husband does. Like I said, I rarely ever talk to these people, but I know her husband doesn't do anything that would have involved a trailer. And then Saturday morning we get up and there's a gigantic U-Haul truck in front of the building. And of course she has the doors propped open and I'm like, well, what's going on? Why am I seeing all this stuff? And I see her kids bringing boxes down the stairs because they live on the second floor. So I'm like, why am I seeing all these boxes? Why am I seeing, the U-Haul truck? I see her daughter bringing down 2 huge boxes. I see her son bringing down 2 huge boxes. And so I was like, you guys need some help? And they're like, no, it's okay. We're moving. And I was like, oh, you guys, it's my Christmas miracle. Thank you, Jesus. So they're moving out, which I don't know when they moved in or what happened or why they're moving out, because in our lease it states that we're not allowed to move out in the winter months. They can't kick us out and we can't move out because of the plumbing. They want you to keep the temperature of your apartment at a certain temperature so the pipes don't burst. So that they usually ask that you move out like when it's warmer outside so they don't have to worry about, having somebody go in and regulate the temperature in the apartment. So I'm not sure what happened or why they're moving out. And honestly, it's none of my business. All I know is they're moving. That means no more parking wars. That means no more of my car getting keyed because she's mad because I took the first parking spot. And yes, she has keyed my car. Yes, I have saw her do it. Yes, I called the police. No, there was nothing they could do about it because there was no proof that she did it. And her handprint wasn't on my car. So yeah. So they're moving. I don't know if I don't think they're moving too far away because I've already seen them empty the truck and then bring it back. But I know they're not going to be living here, which means I don't have to fight with her for parking. And the sad part is everybody else around here is really nice when it comes to parking. She was the only one that just was determined that she had to have the first parking spot, that she had to, park. And a lot of times she would double park so that nobody else could park correctly. So it'll be nice to know that she's no longer here and I don't feel like I have to rush the kids home from school every day to get the good parking spot, because now I know if I had it before, I'll probably have it when I get home. So that's a plus. So thank you, Christmas miracle of the neighbors moving. Farewell. Ta-ta. But yeah, so that was one fun thing that happened this weekend because, essentially we spent most of the weekend listening to them bumping and jumping around up there, moving all the stuff, which at this point, I don't know how much more stuff they have to move because they literally have been packing up and moving stuff all weekend, like all weekend. We've heard nothing but a bunch of banging and them dropping stuff and glass breaking and watching their kids come up and down the stairs. And I feel so bad for their kids because their kids are always carrying in all the groceries while the mom just walks in like, her crap don't stink. And so, yeah, so they're moving out. We spent the whole weekend listening to them bump and jump. And I'm like, you know what? If that's what I have to listen to get them out of here, I am okay with it. I am 100% okay with it. So they're moving. Also, if you missed my live on Friday, you missed the story about the maintenance man coming into my apartment. So I'll give you a rundown of the story here. So Friday, I believe it was, I was sitting here and I was watching TV and I was just minding my own business and I hear my door handle move on my front door. Now, remember, I live in an apartment complex. So, and in my apartment complex, the only person that has a key to my apartment is my husband, obviously, and the maintenance people, if they have like a master key that they can get into anyone's apartment if they need to. So I'm sitting here and I'm watching TV and I hear the door handle move and I look outside at first because sometimes Mr. Coffee will pop in to get lunch or something, or he'll want to come have lunch with me. So he'll pop in every once in a while without calling just to surprise me, which I hate surprises, but he does it anyways. And so I thought it was Mr. Coffee, and I'm sitting here and I see the door open and I see a tall black man walk in my apartment and I'm like, what the Yeah, I cursed real loud. Scared the bejesus out of him, scared the bejesus out of myself, had to jump up because Daisy went running. And if you guys don't know, if you're new to the channel, hey, I'm Miss Coffee. Daisy is my German Shepherd. She's about 110 pounds. She's like 4 years old. She just turned 4. And Daisy doesn't do well when intruders come in, stranger danger. Well, the maintenance guy scared the bejesus out of me. I scared the crap out of him. The dog scared the crap out of him. And it wasn't so much that he came into the apartment. One, he didn't knock. Anytime you live in an apartment here in the U.S., I don't know how it is anywhere else, but the complex is required to give you 24-hour notice if they're going to enter your apartment. They are also supposed to knock on the door before they enter your apartment, to which none of that happened. And I'm sitting here and I watch the door open and this guy looks like he's literally sneaking into my apartment. He's crouched down. He slowly opens the door. He goes to walk in, sees me sitting on the couch, and he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He then stands up, closes the door, because like I said, he was crouched. Not like on it, like crouched all the way down, but like he was like hunched over. He closes the door and he just walks away. And I'm like, what the hell was that? So I immediately call my complex and I'm like, am I missing something? Like, why did your maintenance man just literally walk into my apartment? No knocking, no notice, nothing. Just walked into my apartment. I had to get my inhaler because I was so scared I went into a full-blown asthma attack. Of course, he didn't notice that I was having an asthma attack because I was just in shock and I just was yelling, and I had yelled once actually. And he just kind of closed the door and left. So when I jumped up to grab Daisy, I also grabbed my inhaler off the counter and took a couple of puffs of it to go to the door to see, what he was doing, just in time to see him walk out the doors. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to call the complex because that's illegal. You can't do that. Well, apparently she claims that she didn't know what happened. She told me to come up to the office to get a $25 Amazon gift card for my troubles. She apologized profusely. And I was like, I'll go up and get it later because right now, like literally, I was shaking for about 25 minutes. That could have also been part due to the asthma attack because it usually takes me a little bit to come back from that. My body isn't what it used to be, people, okay? Like, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm learning this slowly but surely. My knees are helping me with that, too. So, I'm sitting here, and the next thing I know, I hear a knock at the door, and I'm thinking, it's the lady from the complex. Maybe she just brought me the card or something. No, it's the maintenance guy that entered the apartment. I look at him, and I'm like, why the hell did you come into my apartment? And he's like, I am so sorry, ma'am. I did not mean to come into your apartment. I'm like, you didn't knock or anything. That's the part that gets me. And you were crouched down like you were sneaking in here. I'm like, how often do you do this? Because I've complained to the complex before about the fact that I've left my apartment to go pick up my kids, and I come home and my bedroom door's open. When I know before I leave, I close it because I don't want the dogs laying on my bed. Because if I leave my bedroom door open, Killian Jones will go into my room and go lay all over my bed. And since he's still shedding, he will leave a bunch of dog hair all over my bed. And I'm sorry, I don't want to go to sleep in dog fur. So no. And they've come over and they've done the analysis on my door. And I know I've overheard them say that, a maintenance guy had been in my apartment. And then they turn to me and tell me that nobody had entered my apartment. So, and yes, before you guys are like, I'd be moving. We're looking for a place immediately. As soon as I'm finished with this video, I have a couple of phone calls to make. We're looking for somewhere else because I cannot and will not deal with this. Plus, they can't say anything to me about breaking my lease because I can bring up the fact that the guy entered my house unannounced. And there's nothing they can say or do about that. And the $25 gift card of hush money wasn't enough for me to be like, yeah, I feel safe here. because now it's, you know, what's going to happen if I get in the shower one day and the guys come in? Yeah, I have dogs, but I'm like, you're 30 seconds from getting shot just because you claim you made a mistake into the wrong apartment. Now, the apartment here, there's a couple of different buildings, obviously. It's not just my building. There's like 12 buildings. And the guy claims that they're all numbered the same. And he said that apparently he came into my apartment thinking it was the apartment in the next building. Which, when he walked out the door, he did head to the next building. So part of me believes the fact that he might have come into the wrong apartment, but the fact that he was crouched down and like slowly lurking, like he was slinking into the apartment. He wasn't just walking in. He slinked into the apartment. That's the part that I'm like, then why did you do that? Like, why would you slink? And that maintenance man has been to my apartment before to fix something. And he didn't walk in like that when he came before. So I was like, why were you like slinking into the apartment? Like, that's the part that I don't get. So we are looking for a new place to live, like immediately. We're going to look for that house. Because they just built a couple of new houses around here. So we're hoping that they're not being built for anyone in particular. And maybe we can get one because it's still in the same vicinity. We still have the dog park if we want to take the dogs to the dog park. We still have the playgrounds if the kids want to go to the playground. So yeah, it'd be ideal to get one of the apartments that was built right across the street here. And those are houses and not apartments. So yeah. So yeah, so there was that this weekend, and Mr. Coffee, of course, wasn't the happiest to hear that when he got home. He didn't hear the full story about it, though, until live, because by the time he got home late, and he got, like, the rundown of the story, he didn't hear the full story, and he wasn't very happy, so he contacted them this morning to let them know that he wasn't very happy, and sending me a $25 gift card was pretty... To essentially keep me quiet wasn't exactly, like, he didn't appreciate them giving me hush money, essentially, is what he told them. And again, they apologized and everything else. And, you know, Mr. Coffee, he can be a little extra sometimes. So I was like, you know, you're being a little extra with that. Like, it could have honestly have just been a mistake. But now I don't feel safe in my apartment knowing that at any point in time, these people could possibly come in here, and what's to say that he couldn't come in here and hurt me or my dogs? Or, like, what if my children are home and I'm walking the dogs, and because a lot of times when Mr. Coffee's at work, I'll leave the kids in the apartment, open the back window here, and walk the dogs right in front of the apartment. What if somebody were to walk into my apartment when that happens? Like, if somebody were to hurt my kids, I would go to jail. So, anyways, we dealt with that this weekend, so we are in the process of looking for a new place to stay. And we can stay here, obviously. We can stay here as long as we, you know, keep paying the bills. But at this point, I want to get out of here. I don't want to live here too much longer. So even though the neighbors upstairs are moving, it's time for us to move too. Like, I don't know why they're moving, but that's my reasoning for wanting to move, which I think is a pretty good reason. So what else do we have? Oh, I have a crap ton of unboxings coming from Diamond Art Club, because I just realized... One, I paid expedited shipping for Trixie to get her here sooner. So if you haven't seen her yet, Trixie's coming. Yay. Yeah, I paid expedited shipping for the new releases, so they should be here. You should see them. You probably will see them like before this video airs. But I have that box coming, and then I realized Sunday night, hey, my unboxing... I haven't done the unboxing for the stuff I got 2 weeks ago. It hasn't gotten here yet. The post office is so backed up that I haven't even got my packages from Diamond Art Club from 2 weeks ago. And a lot of my canvases that I've just recently gotten, I've been complaining about, you know, how long it's been taking to get to me. And I just found out from the mailman a couple of days ago that it's because the USPS is so backed up, everything's couple of days behind. So if I was expecting something on Saturday, I probably won't get it until Thursday this week. And I'm like, are you flipping kidding me? And of course, they're off on Sundays. So instead of playing catch up on Sundays, since they're so far behind, they just decide, no, we're going to just keep our regular work schedule, and, you know, that's fine. So even packages getting here are taking a little bit longer. Like if I order something from Amazon, it is taking, instead of my normal 2-3 day shipping, it's taking 4 to 5 days. And I'm like, okay, because all my gifts came from Amazon for Christmas this year. Like, everything came from Amazon. So luckily the kids' stuff got here already, so their stuff is already here. They're not getting a whole ton of crap for Christmas this year, just because they don't need a whole ton of crap. They're getting a lot of stuff that they like. They're getting functional gifts. Like, they got like maybe 4 toys, but the rest of it is like clothes, shoes, stuff they actually need. Because, and they're both getting new mattresses for their bed because they've been asking. The Orion's mattress for his bed, their beds used to be bunk beds, and we just didn't convert them back into bunk beds when we moved, because it's actually a bunk trundle. And if you don't know what that is, it's when the bunk bed it has 3 beds instead of 2. So at the bottom, you can pull out this drawer that it looks like a drawer, but it's actually a bed, and then it's like a regular bunk bed like above that. So when we moved, we didn't put the trundle together because there was no point. There's only 2 kids. So Maggie got a bed and Orion got a bed from the bunk bed, and we kept the old mattresses. Well, the bed is like, what, 5 or 6 years old now? So the mattresses, it's time to go. Plus, Maggie has poked a hole in her mattress somehow. I'm not even sure. When it comes to Maggie doing things, we don't question it. Smitty spent the entire weekend blaming everything on Maggie. Like, I had some peanut butter cookies, which, you guys, Elf on the Shelf, if you don't have it and you have small children, get it for your small children. It's totally worth it. There's nothing better than messing with them and they have no clue what's going on. Like, right now, as I'm recording this, our Elf on the Shelf, his name is, we nickname him Smitty, but his full name is Smitty Werben Jagerman Jensen. He was number 1. Smitty Werben Jagerman Jensen at this moment in time is laying on Orion's dresser in his sock, because apparently he wanted to have a sleepover with Orion and decided he was going to sleep in a sock. So Orion wakes up this morning. He goes, "Really, Smitty? Really?" I'm like, "What's wrong, dude?" And he's like, "I had forgotten that the elf was in there, to be completely honest. I put it in, I usually move it at night and then I forget about it." Well, then this morning when Orion woke up, he's like half asleep and he's like, "Really, Smitty? Really? You're in my sock." And I was like, "What's wrong, dude?" He goes, "The elf's in my sock." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. So that's a thing that happened." So, because of course, when they find the elf, I have to play like I have no clue what's going on. It also shows you how much attention your children pay to you. Because, like, I've been writing notes for the kids, and they have no clue that that's my handwriting, but I'm writing Smitty's name under it, so they just assume that Smitty's writing it. And I'm like, that shows you how much you guys pay attention, because good God. So the kids are still having fun with Smitty. But yeah, the kids are getting new mattresses for Christmas, and the only thing I really asked for Christmas, and I blame one virtuous woman for this, it's called an Addy machine. Now, if you don't know what it is, it's like a knitting machine. You put your yarn in, it makes a knitted stitch, and you can make hats and scarves and, you know, ponchos and beanies and all kinds of fun stuff. And so the only thing I asked for Christmas this year was that. So I'm hoping that I get that for Christmas. There's 2 versions of it. There's a really, really freaking expensive version, which I of course want. And then there's like a cheaper version of it that's not as big, but they can do the same thing. And of course I asked for that version. I didn't ask for the super expensive version. I figure if I want the super expensive version, I'll buy that for myself if I like the smaller version, because I don't want to go big with it and then get it and be like, what do I do with it? So I asked Santa for the small version of it for Christmas. That, and I asked for a lumberjack. Now let me explain. So Mr. Coffee and I have this plan that whenever he retires, we are going to move up to Maine into the country. Or into the country anywhere, but I'm hoping it's in Maine, because that obviously is like my dream place to live. So if you live in Maine, I envy you, because I always wanted to live there. I don't know why. Something about the place calls to me. So I feel like I'm supposed to be there. Okay, so I think I got all of it in that part of it. But I think I want to do the whole thing. I don't think I just want to do the bottom. Yeah, we're just going to do the whole thing. We're just going to take that off. We're just going to turn it sideways. There we go. So, hold on. Hang on a second. Let me find the little bag. All right, I was freaking out there for a minute because I was like, hold up. That is not going to be enough to complete this. There's another bag of them. Crisis averted. Anyways, so the kids in the Elf on the Shelf are having lots of fun this year. Again, I don't want to get the kids a whole bunch of stuff this year for Christmas because the two items that we got them, they got bigger Christmas gifts this year. So we got Orion a Nintendo Switch and Maggie a Nintendo Switch Lite because she does like playing with Orion, but a lot of times she just likes to play by herself, just like Orion does. So that way they can both kind of play by themselves. So they got Nintendo, they're getting Nintendo Switch, so there's no point of getting a bunch of other, toys that they probably won't play with because they got a new Nintendo system. So we decided to go here's some more clothes for you because, they always need winter clothes. Orion was complaining because his long johns are getting to be too small. He's growing like a weed. Like, I think it's a boy thing, but like we literally just bought him some 3 months ago and already they're too small. And I'm like, good God, we're going to stop eating. We're going to stop feeding you and you're just going to smoke cigarettes and drink coffee so you stunt your growth. Because at this point, this year alone, he's gotten 3 new pairs of shoes. He's gotten at least 5 or 6 new pairs of pants because they've all just gotten too small. And yes, Maggie is going through a growth spurt because she's growing too. She's had 2 pairs of new shoes this year. Or 2 sets of pairs of new shoes, or however you want to say it. We've had to buy her shoes twice this year. And she essentially is not growing as fast as Orion, but she's still growing, which is great. Except for my wallet is like, didn't we just buy her some shoes? Didn't we just buy her some pants? Why is she growing so fast all of a sudden? Like, good God. Like, I can only imagine with Menna. And the sad part is, Menna asked for a couple of things for Christmas, and they're more expensive things. Usually, she's a very minimalistic type person, but this year, she actually asked for something with sustenance. She asked for a pair of Air Force Ones, which have been sold out for 3 weeks on everywhere that I've checked. I finally did find a pair. I went to go pay for them. They were sold out. I was jacked. So I told her after Christmas, I will make sure she has the shoes before she starts school again. I will have them expedited, shipped to her house. I will have them expedited, shipped to her house so she has them before school starts. She is 13. Don't make her any older than she already is. Good God. She is 13 and wears a size 9. And she's like, Mom, is this going to stop soon? I'm like, oh, no. Miss Coffee, her mama, I was wearing a size 9 when I was in 8th grade as well. And I'm like, if you're growing like I am, or like I did, which from the looks of it, she is, I'm like, you will be in a size 11 once you hit middle school. And she just kind of looked at me and she's like, are you serious right now? Yep. I have been 6'1" since I was in 10th grade. I've had a size 11 foot since I was in 9th grade. My family's tall. Her dad is even tall, which makes no sense because like his dad was tall. I think Pappy was 6'3", I think. But Nana, his wife, she's only like 5'9", 5'10". So Dave's sister takes after his mom, and then Dave, which is Menna's dad, he takes after his dad because Dave is 6'1", and I'm 6'1", so Menna, of course, is going to be super tall. So she's not looking forward to that, but she asked for a couple of other things, like some Apple earpods, and I was like, look, until you're in a house with me where I can regulate and make sure you don't lose or break them, I'm not spending $200 on a pair of headphones. Not doing it. She asked for a hydro flask, and I was like, I don't even know what the hell that is. And then she asked for the Air Force Ones, and I'm like, are those the shoes that Nelly sang about in the 90s when he had the Band-Aid on his face? They are. And she asked for something else. I don't remember. But it was an infinity bag because Menna has started cheerleading. And I was like, okay, well, let me try this infinity bag. Maybe I can get that for her. Y'all, excuse me. Y'all, the book bag. It's a book bag. Okay, keep in mind, it's a freaking book bag for $120. And it's a plain book bag unless you add personalization to it, which is an extra $25. Unless you add personalization to it, which she wants, you can add their name to the bag, but it's a cheerleading backpack. And I'm like, I'm sorry, for how much? $120. For that much, I can buy you 2 pairs of Air Force Ones. And she's like, well, you can do that too. You know what? So yeah, so I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, getting things ready for Christmas. My parents essentially got their gifts, which if Nana Oast of 7 Crafts is watching this, please let your daughter from Extreme Designs know that my parents absolutely love their gifts. Pawpaw refuses to use his. He's like me. He's just kind of like, yeah, no, I'm not using this. I don't want to mess it up. Nana, on the other hand, my mom has called me 3 times in the last 2 weeks to tell me how wonderful her cup is. And I'm sitting there like, Mom, I know, I have one of the cups. She's like, no, you don't even understand. She apparently put ice in her cup one morning when she was running around running errands. And at 6 o'clock that night, she went to go grab the cup to go put something else to drink in it, and it still had ice in it. And she was just like, she's like amazed at this cup. She loves it. She takes it to bingo when she goes to bingo, and all her friends are like, ooh, where'd you get the cup? And she's like, my baby got me this for Christmas. And I'm just sitting there like, Mom, I honestly didn't think my mom was going to like the cup. My mom seems to never really care too much about whatever I get her for Christmas. This is the first bit of emotion I've seen out of my stepmother for a gift that I've bought her ever. And I didn't really buy them gifts a whole lot before because, again, we were broke folks. The struggle was real. And so this is the first time I actually put a good bit of thought and money into buying them gifts this year. Just as a, Merry Christmas, thanks for all the help you've done for me and the kids and the family and all that fun stuff. And so my mom is just all beside herself with this cup, and everything's about this cup, and she can't wait to wake up to put more drinks in her cup, and she can put a cup of water on her nightstand at night and it still be cold at 2-3 o'clock in the morning when she wakes up, because she goes to bed at like 8 o'clock. So she's all excited that she can still have warm water in the middle of or cold water in the middle of the night, and it's not warm water. And sorry, the neighbor just dropped something from the balcony down in front of my apartment, and I'm just sitting here like, okay. It scared the crap out of me just now, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm sitting there, and my mom's going on about her cup, and my dad's like, I'm not using mine. I don't want to mess it up. I know if I use it, I'm gonna mess it up. And he goes, it says it can't have extreme temperatures. Does that mean I can't put coffee in it? I'm like, no, you can put coffee in it. Just don't throw it into like a volcano. And he's like, okay. So my parents are essentially already got their gifts. Now, of course, there was only one last person to worry about for gifts, and it's Mr. Coffee. You guys, I have such a hard time buying Mr. Coffee things because I was going to buy him a drawing pad. Now, by drawing pad, I don't mean pencil and paper. He has the Copics. I already have those for him, but Mr. Coffee does so much for me. I wanted to show my appreciation by buying him something nice. So I asked him, what would you like for Christmas? And I was showing him the drawing pad that I wanted to buy him. It was only $300, and I figured with my tuber money, I could buy him the drawing tablet. He goes, no, I don't like that one. I want the Apple one. Now, Mr. Coffee has Caviar Dreams on a Budweiser budget. And I'm like, okay. The one he wants is about $2,000. That's not including the $100 pen that you need to buy separately to go with it. That's the one he wants. And I'm like, I'm not spending that on you. We didn't spend that on the children. I'm not spending that on you. I'm not doing it. Is he worth it? Of course he is. But am I going to spend all my money on that? No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. Especially seeing as how Mr. Coffee, like me, will get interested in something for a little bit, and then the interest goes away, and then it never gets touched. Y'all remember that VR headset? Yep, it's still over there collecting dust. He hasn't touched it, which was the reason why I told him I didn't want him to get it. He still owes his friend money for that. So I thought about, for Christmas, paying his debt to his friend for the damn headset that he doesn't use. Because I'm like, why would you ask for something and then not use it? I'm like, and this is why I don't buy him big extravagant purchases, because he loses interest way too quick. So yeah, and I now have small children staring at me they're staring at me outside as I'm sitting in here talking to myself, because they're sitting outside on my balcony waiting for their parents to drop stuff down for them to put into the car. And they're literally just staring at me talk to myself. Which is fine, because, you know, it's not like it's something that doesn't happen every day. Anyways, so I'm sitting there trying to scour the internet to find something for Mr. Coffee, and everything's super expensive that he wants. Like, he wants a $5,000 computer. He wants a $2,000 tablet. He wants a, you know, $7,200 desktop computer. He doesn't want or need shoes. He said about work boots, that's $300. He wanted more work pants. That's $85 a piece for a pair of pants, because he won't just, I can't just buy him any old pants. They have to be fire retardant. Not only do they have to be fire retardant, he likes to wear this brand called Ariat, which is like hella expensive. And so he usually gets work clothes twice a year because they are hella expensive. And we'll spend a good $200 on like 4 or 5 pairs of jeans for him for work. And they last about 4 or 5 months before they are, you know, they have a hole in them. Usually they last about 3 or 4 hours before they're covered in oil, which, you know, that's what they're bought for. But to spend that amount of money on a pair of pants for you to get them dirty, I'm like, why can't you go with the Wranglers? I'm just saying. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm not buying him an extravagant gift. And he does this every year where he'll pick out the most expensive things on the planet, knowing we don't have the money for it. He'll pick out the most expensive things on the planet. And I do want to save up to get him the Apple tablet with the pen. I want to save up to get him that one day, but this is not that day. And I'm like, I'm not spending that on you for Christmas. We just spent how much money on the Nintendo systems for the kids. And I'm like, and I'm pretty sure that the gift you're giving me is probably going to be like $20. So I'm not spending absorbent amounts of money on you. And we just spent all that money for the kids. And like, you know, parents and family and all that other fun stuff. So I was like, what is something I can get this man? Because I want him to have something to open on Christmas. Because normally me and him don't exchange gifts because he sucks so bad at buying gifts. He does. Mr. Coffee, if nothing else, he sucks. And he knows this. It's not like it's a secret or anything. He sucks so bad at buying gifts. I hate whenever a holiday comes around that he has to buy me a gift. I always pitch a fit. I always just, I tell him, just don't even worry about it, because he sucks so bad. And it's not that I'm ungrateful. And it might come off that way, but it's not that I'm ungrateful, because I appreciate the fact that he took the time out to even think about it. But half the time the gifts aren't thought out. It's just, what can I find you real quick? Like, for my birthday this past year, I was so mad. He got me a tank to my vape rig. Now, my vape rig that I had beforehand was messing up, and I needed a new mod. So let me show you. So this is my vape rig now. This is the one I bought myself because, yeah. So this is the tank. This is the mod. This is the piece that gives you, like, this is the main piece. This is the piece that holds the e-juice or the liquid that goes into your vape. This is the tank he got me for Christmas, and then this is the mod that I bought myself because my mod was acting up, and I had asked him for a new mod, not a new tank. So, when my birthday came around, he bought me this. Now take it, this is like $60. But he didn't buy it. He took me to the bodega down the street and went, this is the mod I was going to get you. Do you want to get it? Like, that's how he presented my birthday gift to me. I could have punched him right in the pee hole. I was so mad. I was like, this is why I hate any and all holidays that you have to buy gifts. Because are you freaking kidding me? For my birthday, you took me to a bodega to pick out my own vape tank. I'm like, I don't even need a tank. The tank I had on my mod before was perfectly fine. I literally had just bought it 2 months beforehand. So I didn't need a new tank. And I had told him, I don't need a new tank. I need a new mod. Well, he wanted to buy me a tank. And I was like, are you flipping kidding me right now? Like, no, I'm over this. No, we're not doing this. So I'm scouring the internet and I'm like, what can I buy him that's not hella expensive? Now, Mr. Coffee's planned to retire in the country. He wants to be a lumberjack, apparently. And he mentioned something about being a lumberjack one day, and I was like, I'm going to get you a plaid shirt and an axe. And he goes, oh, I would love that. So, of course, as I'm scouring the internet, I see this multi-tool that has an axe on it. And I was like, hold up, for real? Bought it. So he's getting a multi-tool with an axe. But then I recalled the conversation we had about him being a lumberjack and him wanting, him wanting not only just the axe, but he wanted the plaid shirt. So I went and found him a plaid shirt. Boom. So for Christmas, I'm getting a lumberjack. It's weird, but you know, these things happen. So yeah, it's been a pretty chill weekend. We finally got to take the kids to go see the Christmas lights, you guys. We didn't really get a chance to take, okay, we have to go again. Let me explain why we have to go again. So the kids ran around and played hard all day Saturday. Mr. Coffee went and did some grocery shopping. I stayed home with the kids while they ran around. We played, we watched movies, we drank hot chocolate. We talked about going to see the lights on Friday. The kids were all excited. They were running around like crazy on Saturday. I, was talking to a few of my friends, got off with them, made dinner. He got back, he put away groceries, he ate dinner, and he was like, let's go see the Christmas lights. Everybody's all excited. Yeah, we're going to go see the Christmas lights. You guys, they didn't make it to the stop sign. They both fell asleep. I was like, well, I want to see them anyway, so let's go see. Maybe they'll wake up when we get there. Nope. Neither one of them. By the time we got there, they were out. We had to carry both children into the house and put them to bed because they were out. They were asleep. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Now, it was only $5 to get in. And it's a car. You can have as many people as you want in your car. You drive around this gigantic park, and it just is covered in Christmas lights. So we went anyway, and it was gorgeous. But the kids were asleep, so we got to spend some time talking and just, we went over. Mostly we've been talking a lot lately about my channel and what I can do to improve it. And we bounce ideas back and forth, and I think I have a gist of how I want to do things. So again, when you see the channel changes, if you like them, let me know. If you don't like them, tell me what you don't like about them. Because I am here to essentially do what I want to do, but I want to make sure you guys want to see the things that I'm putting up, because there's no point of me putting all that work into a video and then nobody watches it, okay? Like, I still have to do, like, viewer's choice, what do you guys want to see type deal. Now, if it's something ridiculous, then obviously not. But if it's something that I can manage to do, then yes, like the tutorial video. I had a lady in my live chat ask me, could I do a tutorial video on how to do square drill canvases? Now, the person that asked me has a channel, and I'm like, you have a channel? How do you have a channel and you don't know how to do square drills? And I don't think it's because they don't know how to do square drills. A lot of people are intimidated by square drills, and I'm like, well, if you paid any attention to my channel at all, on my channel, I do have a video for how to diamond paint. Like, I literally just put one up. And I use a square drill kit. So it shows you how I work on a square drill. Now, I wasn't trying to be mean to her, but I know this person doesn't watch my channel, and she does come to my lives, but she doesn't watch my channel. And I'm like, I literally just put a video up of how to do square drills. Like, and that's the type of stuff, like, even this weekend, I got messages from people after telling you guys that, I'm taking the weekend off. I got messages from people asking me to do a tutorial on how to diamond paint. And I'm like, if you paid any attention to my channel, you would see there is a video up about how to diamond paint. So yeah, like, I want to make sure that what I'm producing is something that you guys would like to see and enjoy. I know I know a lot of you will watch anything that I put up there, but there are a lot of people that are like, I am not going to waste my time watching coloring videos. I'm not going to waste my time watching, crochet videos or this or that. They're just kind of like, I came for diamond painting. I only want to see diamond painting, which is fine. And I essentially will still be integrating some of the other stuff into the channel. It just won't be seen as often. So Mindful Monday, where it was it was sacrificed for an extra day, you still will randomly get a Mindful Monday. It just might be once a month instead of 4 times a month. You might get it once a month. Like I know next Monday you guys will get a Mindful Monday, because like I said, I have a lot of unboxings that I need to do, and they will be going up next week and this week. And Mindful Monday will be going up for next week as well. Your whip and chat won't be for Tuesday. It would actually be for Wednesday, super early Wednesday morning. So by the time you wake up wherever you live on Wednesday, there will be a whip and chat up. And then unboxings and stuff like that will happening. I'm going to try to do Whip It Wednesday, where I show you guys my whips and any packages I got from fan mail. But again, do keep in mind that if you send something, the post office is late, so it might not get shown. It might get shown. I don't know. It just depends on if they ever get caught up, which at the rate that they're going, probably not anytime soon. So yeah. So I think that's it for me today, actually. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about. Now, I know I have small children, okay? I have small children, meaning my children are 7 and 8 and 13. I know sometimes kids can forget things, and, something small. Like this morning, before I started recording, I had to drive back out to Orion and Maggie's school because of, I forgot to put a snack in Maggie's book bag, and because she was running real slow around the house this morning, I forgot to put a snack in her book bag. Now, normally I'd just be like, you know what, forget it. I don't care. You're just going to go without a snack today because I don't feel like going back out there. I sat here for 20 minutes beating myself up, making my daughter out to seem like she's a starving Ethiopian child, because if she doesn't have her snack for school, she's just going to wither away to nothing. And I psyched myself out and went to go, send her a snack. Like I went to take her snack to school because she forgot it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I'm not going out to this school. I don't care what my brain says, I'm not going. And then I start picturing her sitting there watching all her friends eat snack, and she doesn't have one, and she's all sad because nobody's sharing with her and she doesn't have any. And then I'm like, she's not going to be sitting there like that. Stop. And then my brain shows her even sadder as she's watching everybody else. And I'm like, all right, fine. This is how my brain works. Meanwhile, if she's at home and she doesn't eat dinner, I turn into the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, and I'm like, well then starve. Like, I don't get it, but that's how my brain works. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to beat myself up about this all day. Like, I started recording this video then, but then I stopped, deleted it, and then ran out to the school just to go hand them a bag of Cheetos and came back. Like, that was her snack for today. She chose Cheetos. And I'm just like, oh, God, I just lost all that time for Cheetos. A bag of Cheetos. Chester Cheeto got me this morning. He got me. But I know children lose stuff a lot. Like, I gotta turn it around this way. It's so sparkly already. You can't see it. Hold on, let me see if I can get it to show. Look at that. Isn't it cool? It's so cute. I know Chester Cheeto got me this morning, and I know children, misplace stuff all the time. Not a big deal. But I go to the school to go take Maggie the snack, okay? And I see the Lost and Found. Now, I don't know when's the last time any of you guys have seen a Lost and Found, but have you ever paid attention to any of the weird things in the Lost and Found? Like, at the kids at school, I'm pretty sure you can probably get a whole outfit for school. Like, if you were coming in and you were undercover as a spy or some sort, I don't know why you would be a spy in an elementary school, but if you were, go to my kids at school. Why? Because there are book bags in there. And I'm like, how did you forget your whole book bag? There are shoes, pairs of shoes, not just one shoe, a pair of shoes, pairs of shoes. I saw at least 3 pairs of shoes in there. What are you doing that you don't have shoes on your feet? How did you leave school without shoes on your feet? Like, what the world? And I know somebody's like, well, maybe they were extra for PE shoes. Yeah, but those are kept in your classroom and only worn in the building for PE. So where are your shoes? And then somebody's 2 little book bags. One was a Fortnite book bag. One was a Super Mario Brothers book bag. So that tells me that they were possibly boy book bags. And I'm like, how did you leave your book bag? Jackets. So you went to school with a jacket and you're just going to come home without one? I don't think so. No. What is happening at these schools? Like, I spent a good 2 minutes in shock looking at the lost and found. And what this school does is every 3 months they send out an email and they call your phone that you have linked to your kids' names at the school. They call you to let you know that you have 7 days to come pick up and check out the lost and found before the items are donated. Instead of trying to figure out each child who lost something, they then, and after every couple of months, will take and donate what's in the lost and found. They'll donate it to the local homeless shelter, which I thought was pretty cool, because when I lived in Pennsylvania, they didn't have anything like that. If you lost something in a lost and found, it was there forever, like forever. Pretty sure I saw our varsity jacket in there. Anyways, so I was just in shock at the amount of stuff that was in the lost and found. And the counselor lady comes up and she's like, "Oh, hi." And I was like, "Hi." And she's like, "Yeah, it's lost and found. You think these kids would find their stuff eventually?" I'm like, the fact that they've lost shoes, like full pairs of shoes, is astounding. Meanwhile, I'm happy when my daughter comes home with pants on. Let me explain. Maggie wears thermals, like both kids wear thermals underneath their regular clothes. So like the thermal underwear, so like it's pants and a t-shirt. Well, Maggie will usually get hot during the day. Excuse me. Maggie will get hot during the day, and she will take off her regular pants, and she'll leave on her thermals. And then she comes home, and then I'm like, "Where are your pants?" Because she's just essentially walking around in her thermals. And I'm like, "Where are your pants?" And she's like, "In my book bag." So there's been a couple of days where she's actually come home with the clothes I put her in to go to school on. Like, she'll have on like her full outfit. But for the most part, Maggie comes home in her thermals. And I'm just like, can we for once just, go a whole week without you taking your clothes off at school? Because that would be nice. But of course, she's still in that I like to be naked phase. So good luck with her, hoping that she has her clothes on. So yeah. So that is the happenings for the channel. That is the happenings for the weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, videos next week while the kids are home from school, and Christmas week will probably be sparse. There probably won't be a whole lot. I'm not going to lie. Only because I want you guys to spend time with your family. Spend time with those that love you. I know I don't want to spend my entire break with the kids off of school on YouTube, so I won't be. So if you don't see me in lives and stuff, I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm just spending time with the family because I don't get them home very often, and usually I'm home by myself. So to have the family home, I don't want to waste that time, being on YouTube. So if I'm not in a live or something, I do apologize. I do plan on keeping my lives as is, like they're not changing. But in the new year, they will be changing. And I will tell you more about that as I iron out those details. But as for me, for right now, I think that is it. I think that's all I have for you today, folks. So thank you so much for joining me on working on this adorable little owl who is turning out quite adorable, if I have to say so myself. Hopefully you got a lot of work done too. So thank you for joining me. And if you're not already a subscriber and would like to subscribe to see more random crazy videos just like this one, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified anytime I randomly decide to put up a video. And believe me, it's random. With that said, folks, I'm going to now have to bid you adieu, but not before reminding you, like I always try to, be kind, be courteous, be cool. Bye, guys.